So my name is Timothy Von Urff. I currently work at Hazel Hawkins Hospital. And so my background is in the quality and risk department, working in healthcare. And then I also started out in the IT department prior to that. Yeah, I thought the overall layout and structure was really good. I love the kind of quizzes and the gamification aspect of it. I've sat in a lot of kind of corporate PowerPoints that were very boring, not interactive, and really just failed to keep my attention. Yeah, so prior to this training, there was an active shooter drill that did occur at my organization, but very few people were able to participate. It was only, a few of the leaders even there observing it, and so it wasn't really preparing the organization for something like this. So after going through the course, I guess for myself personally, it was something that I guess I always thought I was aware of just knowing where my exits were, things like that. But the way the course breaks it down and really, making sure you understand for yourself what steps and actions you need to take throughout the whole entire active shooter process really gave me a far better understanding than I had before I started. Yeah, I thought the step by step was great. I love as the structure was kind of framing things through, and then it showed the correct, and then also the common things that were incorrect to do. So that was really beneficial to me. Yeah, no, I think the way that the platform is laid out, it's pretty straightforward, pretty easy to get through and navigate through it. And then as far as the instruction, the material, simplified, but also simplified in the sense of like I have a very clear understanding of what could occur and kind of what I need to do in the situation. Yeah, I think it was exponentially better. Again, the one I sat in prior, very low engagement, a lot of people sitting around, not really knowing what to do. The instructor himself was okay, but he was not able to share that kind of message with the organization. So this was far better for me as an individual. Yeah, absolutely. I think especially after COVID, as we transition more into the remote kind of learning. Again, with the previous training I had, there was 15 people in a room, and we're an organization of 700. So all those people never even got the training. So absolutely, I think this is something that can be rolled out and pushed out to all employees and knocked out in a reasonable time to make sure everybody's ready to go. Yeah, so again, especially healthcare, being that I'm in there and kind of solving needs that, I think something in schools obviously would be valuable. Potentially even maybe religious operations, and then where I'm from in the Bay Area, there's a ton of massive kind of tech companies, and in those kind of confined space buildings, I think this is really important knowledge to have. Yeah, I think something like this, especially, you never know when it's going to happen, and you always probably think it's not going to be us, but in reality, it could be us anytime, any day. So I don't really think there's a price on being prepared for this type of event, and looking at what could the outcome could potentially be. So to me, it's really about sharing that with your employees and making sure that they're prepared for an instance like this. Man, the gamification of it, kind of the quiz and the memory component of it really kind of made, at first I looked at it and was like, oh man, I really got in remember. So, but at the end of it, after typing everything out and going through it, like I really found myself literally laying my head down at night and I was still seeing it in my head. So it was great. Far better. I would say maybe my overall understanding before was maybe at a 50%. I think I'm definitely a lot closer to probably a 95, closer to 100% now of understanding. And then also it's still fresh in my brain. I'm going to work this morning, and I'm going to start telling the staff what they need to do. Yeah, I've had far too many courses that were just all done via PowerPoint. So again, very, very stagnant, very stale, not interactive. And so the fact that you actually have a live trainer who's talking to you, you get to see it's a real person going through it. I love some of the ones where they broke down the examples, and then also just keeping it very short and concise, but very clear of understanding what kind of action you need to take.